it has been, I don't even know how long since I picked up the camera, but lately I feel like I've had just some bad reading weeks lately, and I don't know, I felt uninspired basically. So I think today is Saturday, I want to do like a reading vlog, especially because I feel like there's like some good releases this month in April. I've already read Just for the Summer, which was 5 stars for me, but I just wanted to do a kind of like a realistic reading week in my life, as someone who works a 9 to 5. Because this past week, like, I barely had time to read. After I got home, I would still work when I got home, and then I would want to go to bed at like 8 o'clock. So this week, I think I want to do how much I realistically read in a work week. So right now I'm currently reading Elsie Silver's Wild Love book that just came out last week. And I've been like, at night I read it on my Kindle. Right now I'm reading the physical copy, and at first I was like, I don't really like the single parent trope. It's not my favorite, but that's not even the trope. I don't even know what this trope is. It's so specific that it's like an unplanned thing. I don't know. Cause like that's not even mentioned. Oh yeah, it is on the back. So obviously I didn't read the back, but the trope is just not my favorite, and I didn't think I was gonna, after getting to that point in this book, I was like, oh. But I am enjoying it. I'm more than halfway. I'm gonna try and finish it today, just because it's so easy to read, and I have like a little over 100 pages left. But I am liking it a lot more. I will say that I love Ford Grant. I think he's a great male main character, and I love that it's like connected to Chestnut Springs. Like he's Willa's older brother, I think. But yeah, so I'm reading that right now. So I'm gonna read Wild Love. I'm rewatching The Summer I Turned Pretty because I can never stop watching this series. I am in love with Conrad Fisher. That's it. That's all I have to say. That's all you need to know, is that I love Conrad Fisher. Okay. We'll be back when I have an update for you when I read some more. next morning. I finished Wild Love last night and I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really liked it. Let me see how many pages I read yesterday because I want to calculate the amount of pages I read each day. Okay, so I read 236 yesterday of Wild Love. Also read some on my Kindle last night in bed. I started Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I didn't read that much. I only read 14 pages. 250, and then I also started Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young, because this is on my TBR and I wanted a fantasy after reading a romance, but I didn't read that much because I'm still trying to figure out if this is what I want to read. So I only read 10 pages. So I'm not really gonna count it. So who knows? I might read a little bit of A Little Life today. I think I might say Belladonna just to read like in bed at night. So I read 250 pages yesterday, which I feel like is pretty good. And then start reading. I don't know which one I want to pick up, which book I want to keep reading, but I'll let you know when I come back. It's been a minute. I've basically just been rotting on the couch all day. It's 2:30 now. I feel like I've just wasted the entire day. I've barely read anything. I've been too focused on, I cannot watch Summer I Turn Pretty. I cannot have that on in the background. Every time it's on, I am simply like focused on it. I cannot focus on anything else besides that when it's on, so it's not a good background show for me, I've learned. So, am I still going to be playing it? Yes. But I had to go out and get a little coffee because I just wanted it, okay? And I feel like now I can start reading more. Okay, I've only read, I'm actually on chapter 8 in this, but it's only 50 pages in, and I feel like I love Adrienne Young's writing. The first book I read by her was The Unmaking of June Farrow back in October, I think, and it was amazing. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Okay, of all time. And I don't know if she writes majority fantasy. I feel like she does. But her storytelling, her world, her characters, there's just something about them, and I feel like I know I'm gonna love this. And just 50 pages in, like, I can't see it going any other way right now. So it's got multiple point of view. It's got multiple POVs. So that's great. I think it's gonna be 3, I'm assuming, between the main characters. And it kind of goes back, like, something tragic happened like 14 years ago where the male main character hasn't set foot on this like magical island where he's from in years because he was accused of a murder who was the love of his life's best friend. Like, he wasn't officially accused of it, but everyone thinks that he did it. So he's only coming back to bury his mom's ashes because after they left, like, basically they're banished. They never went back. So he's come back to do that, and people are like on edge in the town because everyone's turned against him. But him and Emery, who's the main girl's name, her family owned a tea shop with herbal, like the herbal tonics and the tea leaf readings, which she doesn't do anymore. Her mom did, but she's taken over the shop and everything. So the whole town stirred up about August being back on the island. So this is part of the garden, but there's some sort of like magical element to it where like the island itself is alive with magic. But this place is like a very touristy place. Like, people come there who are like, ooh, witches. Like they think it's fake, I guess, but the whole island has that history of it having witches. I think people go there more of like a, you know, I don't know what the word is, but like, I feel like people don't really think that there are actual witches, and they go there thinking like, oh, it's just like it's almost like going to like Salem, Massachusetts, even though that was real. I don't know how to compare it. I'm making this worse than it sounds. Okay. Anyway, the island has magic. It's alive with magic itself. Okay. So I think while he's here, back on the island, they're probably going to reconnect. And they're going to try to solve the mystery, like, of who killed her best friend. And hopefully it wasn't the love of her life back then. Her boyfriend at the time. And it says, the little blurb up here says, a deeply atmospheric story about ancestral magic and unsolved murder and a second chance at true love. So, that sounds amazing to me. So, I don't know if I'm going to sit in here and read it because I need, like, no distractions because I feel like everything's distracting me right now. So, either I'm going to sit in here and read or go back in there but not turn the TV on or put it on YouTube or something. But so far, I'm really enjoying this book. I think I'm going to stick with this one. So, I'm going to continue reading this, drink my coffee, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so it's been, I don't even know how long, several days since I've updated, but I finished Spells for Forgetting. I can't remember when the last day I talked was, but so far Saturday I read 250 pages, Sunday I read 130, Monday I read 102 pages, Tuesday was 119, which is when I finished Spells for Forgetting, and I ended up giving it 5 stars. I really like Adrienne Young's writing. I found she wrote The Unmaking of June Farrow, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And then yesterday was Wednesday, and I only read 18 pages because I started How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong, and I only read a couple pages. So I don't really have a formed opinion on it because I'm only 18 pages in. But it's just a romance about this best-selling author and a screenwriter, I think, or he's a producer now. They knew each other in high school, and there was something that happened back then. It's not really a spoiler, but I'm not gonna say it. That made basically he's not her favorite person. Okay, so 13 years later, he's gotten a job as a co-executive producer on one of her books that's being turned into a TV show. So that's as far as that's about. I'm about to go to work actually. It's like 8 a.m. I just thought I would give an update since it's been a while, in case I don't tonight, but I'm definitely going to film some clips of me reading it when I get off work. So I'll see you when I have an update. Okay, so I think I did a really bad job at recording like clips in between of me reading all of the books, and it's been a little bit over a week, just because I had to go out of town over the weekend, so I did a couple more days past that. So I read 3 books this week. I'm just gonna go over the page counts again. Saturday I started Wild Love and I read 250 pages. And Sunday I read 130, and I think that was the rest of it. I can't even remember my days. Maybe it was more than that. Like, maybe I finished it Monday. I don't even know. I started Spells for Forgetting, and Tuesday I read 119 pages. Wait, actually, this is not right. I think Saturday I finished, okay, so Saturday I read 250 pages, and that's when I finished Wild Love. And then Sunday I started Spells for Forgetting, and I read 130 pages of it on Sunday. Monday I read 102 pages, and then Tuesday I think is when I finished it because I read 119, and then I started, this doesn't have the cover on it, I still haven't put the Just Jacket on it. I read 18 pages, and then yesterday I read 157. I still have to calculate today's pages. So I kept my bookmark so I would remember where it was. So 255, and there's 368. Okay, so today I read 113 pages to finish How to End a Love Story. And I feel like this week was like a really slow reading week for me. So I feel like normally my numbers are higher than that. And it really took me more than a week to get through all of these just because I was so busy going out of town and with work and stuff. So these are the 3 that I read. I actually gave them all pretty good ratings. Wild Love I gave 4 stars. Spells for Forgetting I gave 5 stars, and then How to End a Love Story I gave 4 stars. So that was how much I realistically read in a work week. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you want to, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!